Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Man, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. Back again with another episode here. Talking Brewers baseball. Always 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time is our upload time every morning. We have been on a short run lately, doing some shorts. Just simply nature of the beast right now with the long. I didn't expect the road trip to wear on me, but these late games have worn on me, and yeah, so I was unable to get stuff done. But that being said, we are back to chat Brewers in full podcast form today. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, or I'm sorry, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon, Pocket Casts, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're there. So come check out and join with us every morning, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are one of your only daily Brewers podcasts. It looks like the competition is now daily, but that's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it. We love it. So we had a game today, to say the least. Remember to use the SeatGeek code as well. $20 off your first purchase with the code Miller Park Minute. Use that to chat Brewers with us. So we're gonna change our format up a little bit. So we're gonna react to tweets today. We're going to talk about the game, and we're going to do all of this in today's episode. And we'll chat with anybody who joins along in today's stream. Appreciate everyone who is here, who comes to watch the show. So thank you for being here, guys. Today's game was a stinker. We have a stinker here and there. Every now and again, we throw out a stinker. And it happens. That's just the nature of the beast. That's part of the 162 game season. You're not going to have a perfect game every day. You're not going to win every day. I think we need to get past that mentality. It's kind of funny to watch the tweets and see what happens. Just it cracks me up a little bit to see how angry people get. Baseball is a day-to-day thing. It's not a, you have 16 games, you have 17 games. I get football fandom being like that, being a little angry because every game means a little bit more. For us, we're looking for the long haul. For the Brewers, it's about long term. And I think that's one of the big things that differentiates the sport of baseball from any other sport. Not every game matters. And hey, Richard, welcome to the show, man. How we doing? A little disappointing today, huh? I still can't be too mad. I'm just not to that point yet, and I don't know where you are, Richard, but I'm just not totally pissed off. I mean, it was a bad game. We have them, we got stomped on. That happens. And we're going to point to some things. We always do. We like to talk about this. That's part of the nature of what I do every day and what we do here every day. A little bit. Yeah, I'm just a little frustrated. See, the Yelly Tumbler is going to be next week. I may look into going and getting one of those Yelly Tumblers. That should be cool. Just popped up on MLB.com. So, but I think really the heart of this is Cronenworth kind of got to us, had 2 dingers today. Exactly. We can't win them all. Clutch hitting wasn't there. We had hitting. There was no lack of hitting today by any means for the crew. 12 hits, only 3 runs on the 12 hits. We left a lot of men on base. And it goes back to the conversation, I think it was about a week ago, that we had where Yelich can't hit or doesn't hit right now, currently. I'm not saying it's not possible, but he doesn't hit right now when there's runners on base. And that's the unfortunate part here. Like, base is juiced, Yelich comes up and delivers nothing. Strikes out. That's the hardest part. And I think anybody would agree with that. I mean, Yelich being the model of inconsistency is bad for the team because he's supposed to be your guy. He's supposed to be that guy. And I've said this till I'm blue in the face every year that Yelich is supposed to be the guy, and he's not the guy, and they need to figure out why he's not the guy or replace him. You know, I thought Ryan Braun was grooming Yelich to be the guy, and then it never happened. Yelich has never been the guy. I said guy a lot there. Sorry. But yeah, 1 for 4 today. 2 massive strikeouts, 6 left on base. Just ugly numbers. I hold on to you. You got him in fantasy. I wouldn't drop him yet. I don't see the first, and that's the thing that I was just having this conversation earlier. Similar to fantasy baseball, the first 2 weeks of the season, 2, 3 weeks, first month, you don't really know who somebody is. That's why with these young guys, we don't really know who they are because they had a hot stretch of a couple games. When you start out at 0 and you're hitting like crazy, you can look amazing. I mean, if you look outside of Weimer, like Turang is batting 275, Mitchell is batting 261, Brasso's 280. Outside of they still have decent batting averages at this juncture of the game. But where are they going to turn in the long haul? How are they going to play month in and month out? And that's the nature of the game. That's what we do here every day. That's why we talk about it. I mean, that's why we have these conversations. I'm going to go into the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. So I think the good part is we did put up 12 hits today. I mean, at the end of the day, we put up 12 hits. Just about everybody with the exception. I mean, Yelly had a hit. Winker had a hit. Adames had a hit. Rowdy had 2. Rowdy's heating up with the bat, guys. Watch out. Mitchell did not. He continues his offensive struggles, and he's gonna learn just like everybody else. He's not gonna come out firing every time. I think I have Anderson, and Anderson's been I have Anderson in fantasy, Richard, and he's been very streaky too. I just dropped Weimer, just because it's early enough in the season, and I had a lot of injuries. My infield is really injured, and I didn't want to. I had some key players that I just didn't think were worth releasing because there's only that one injury spot, and I'm kind of holding on to it. You agree to move Yelich down the lineup. I agree as well. I've actually made that point several. I think I in our previous Yelich podcast where we broke down Yelich for like 20 minutes, where Ryan and Joe or John or something like that were in here, where we actually talked about that. I was like, why? Why? Why not try it out? Why not experiment with it? But let's lead off with Contreras. Let's hit him later. He hits. He's hit now in 11 games. It'd be great to see it, wouldn't it? I don't know. That's just my thought. It was a stinker of an outing for Freddie. I'm not gonna lie. 9 hits, 5 earned runs given up, 5 strikeouts, just 1 homer. Just not a good day for Freddie Peralta. But he's looked really good thus far this season. So what do you do? I mean, you're gonna have a clunker. If we would have Weimer or Turang is not a bad idea. I mean, I've suggested it. It broke Yelly out of his streak of not hitting when he was moved up. He got on base quite a bit in that time when he was first moved into that position. I don't know, was this last year? Early last year, I think they moved him into the top spot. So I mean, I'm not saying it like fixed him for a little bit. So maybe it could fix some slump busters out of Turang and Weimer. We don't know. The bullpen was bad today as well. Um, Bullpen's not going to be perfect. They've been tremendous so far this season. So I mean, again, these aren't things that we can sit on and just be super angry about. Like I'm not going to be angry that the bullpen gave up 10 runs today, or the pitching gave up 10 runs today when the pitching has been pretty solid throughout. I am going to be mad that they they may have stuck with Freddie too long. Yes, but Council doesn't have that quick pull. He doesn't quick pull guys out unless they're pitching a no hitter. That's the only time. If they're pitching well, he's got the quick hook because he doesn't want to overwork them. If they're pitching poorly, he's not going to pull them out. And a lot of this is going to have to do with the uncertainty of Woody. We don't know what's going on. They gave an actual prognosis, or what do you want to call it today? Diagnosis, I guess. What did they say? Woodruff to miss a little more time after MRI reveals shoulder strain. So he's got a strain. To be at the top of the lineup can only be a good thing. Amen, brother. Amen. I agree. But yeah, so he might miss more than the 15 days, and this is kind of what happened to Woody when we found out he had Raynaud's last year. He went down for something completely different, and then stayed down for, I think it was a month. It was about a month that he missed when he got the Raynaud's diagnostic and figured it all out. Richard, I got your bobbleheads ready to ship, man. I'm going to send those out just so you know. They're stacked and ready over there. It require a bigger box, though. So I got to find one. I'm sure I got one in my basement. I hoard the Amazon boxes like nobody's business. So. But yeah, I mean, it was very apparent that none of the pitchers had their stuff today. They just didn't play well. I think the downright ugly of today's game would have to be Yelich not hitting with bases juiced, and then Freddie giving up the home. Other than that, he's been good. I mean, he was pretty fastball heavy today, which Freddie's fastball is great, but at the same time can get him into trouble. I mean, fastballs can give up home runs, obviously. So I'm going to do a new segment here now that I've covered the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, because quite frankly, today's game was a little bit downright ugly all the way across the board. Just lack of timely hitting. These are similar gripes that we always have. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to overreactions on Twitter. So I'm just kind of scanning. So Gus Farland's jaw x-rays were negative. Says his hand actually deflected the ball. So that's a good thing. Yeah, that was ugly. His Victor Caratini's 4 hits today was a career high. So that's good. Okay, let's get to fan reactions. These are all MLB.com. See the latest. No, you're fine. You're fine. My beautiful wife is just walking through.
Shut the door.
Let's see here. Let's go to my feed, because my feed is always more funny and entertaining with these tweets. Worst case, we'll go to Facebook. Facebook always has good gold for funny stuff people say. Did we lose the Grisham and Peter trades again? No, we didn't. Grisham is terrible. Grisham is downright terrible. I don't care what you say. I what did we get for Grisham? What did we trade for Grisham? We traded Louis Sirius and Eric Lauer. Eric Lauer is good, is very good. He's provided way more wins. Grisham was not here at a time when it was important, and he was garbage. He's a strikeout machine.
Here's what I found.
We don't care what you found here, Siri. Um, and the Hater trade, yes, we lost that trade because what we got out of it didn't net us playoffs at the moment. So yes, we did lose that one, but we know. We know. Let's see here. So there's some other funny stuff. I try and save tweets, but it doesn't always equate. Miley on the hill tomorrow, guys. That should be good. Wade Miley's gonna pitch a gem tomorrow. I can just feel it. Grant Bliss. Wisco Grant. Let's see. I want to find some yelly anger. Do you think there's some? I don't remember the exact trade for Grisham. I don't. I mean, I was just happy we got rid of him, to be honest with you. I never liked the guy. I thought he struck out too much. All right. I'm not finding as much gold as I found out earlier on Twitter. Maybe I'm on the wrong feed. I don't know. Trades are so hard. Like, I mean, wait, was Davies involved in the Grisham trade? All right, now I gotta Google it. Trend. I find myself Googling old trades all the time too, like big Gomez trades and stuff like that. I always revisit them. Luis Urias and Eric Lauer were traded in that trade. This comes up every time we play the Padres. We gave up Zach Davies and Trent Grisham. And Davies like fell off existence. Davies sucks now.
It's because he's a wife beater.
And he's a wife beater. As my wife just said. Yep. All right, so let's go into let's dive into the groups a minute. You got any gold from your group, Richard? Is there any gold? I find these overreactions to be hilarious. Somebody's rooting for the Blue Jays. We were rooting for the Blue Jays. That was last night, but I thought I'd share that one because I find that dumb. Who cares? And they already broke the record. They tied the 1987 team streak record. Like, and who cares about that record? So they won 13 in a row to start the season. Did they win the World Series that year? No. So who gives a shit? God, the celebration of the fucking 80s Brewers is ridiculous. McCalvy did a piece today about that documentary that's coming out, and I'm just like, who gives a shit? Like, who really cares?
Get him, Eric. Get him.
Thank you. Here's another one. Freddie didn't have his stuff and lost. One of those games where things happen. Don't go the Brewers' way. Let's take the series tomorrow. True. Very valid point. Can't disagree with that one. Who do we call in to replace Woodruff? Well, we already did Colin Ray, and we had Jason Jansen Junk earlier. So, I mean, duh. I think the biggest thing here is that we're continuing, and we have continued for the last several games to compete and to be very good. The other thing, I wanted to bring this up. So I was listening to a podcast yesterday, I believe it was, and they were talking about the different home run celebrations. Now, I just realized that Major League Baseball probably encouraged this, and if not, set this up. Hey, buddy, they because each team now does it. Every team has their own celebration, whether it's like pushing somebody down in a cart, or like I think it's the Angels that have like a samurai hat. They used to have a cowboy hat. I don't know what happened with the cowboy hat, but I've seen a couple samurai hat. So maybe that's a Japanese connection with Shohei Otani. I don't know, but nonetheless, it's funny, and I like it. I like that they're doing that. Um, let's see here. 42 day, always a good day. I love seeing the Jackie Robinson jerseys. Um, the 414 sale, I did not take advantage of the 414 sale. I don't know. I just can't um, do those games that they purposely pack. It's like bobblehead and giveaway nights. I want to go to the Yelly one, but I don't want to deal with all the people that are crazy about the giveaways and are only there for the giveaways and selling the giveaways. Have I talked about selling giveaways? I think I have, but it just drives me nuts that like you're not that much of a fan that you have to go in there to try and make some money. I mean, these Giannis jerseys are going for $90. My wife sent me one the other day, and it was like $95 to get on it. I was like, no, not gonna do it. Okay, maybe it's early. I normally don't do this for the final hunt, but the Arizona Diamondbacks feeling the heat. Corbin Burns, feel the burns, quickly becoming my favorite brewer. Okay, that's an old one. I like it. It's a feel the burn is kind of a tired take, but birds are screaming in the background. Hardy last night at the concert at Miller Park showed up in a Milwaukee jersey with 69 on the back, which I'm sure was custom made for him by the Brewers. Kind of cool, kind of cool. Hardy's kind of rock star, so that's fun. Okay, this one's funny. Uh, all the, and I thought the brown and gold was ugly. I mean, how are you gonna lose when you are dressed like a box of jelly beans? That's funny. That's funny. Those jerseys, I don't think they're that bad, but everybody was slamming them last night. So, all right, I'm just searching to see if there's anything else funny I find. I don't really see too much though. I mean, usually there's some good. Well, this one is over. Chuck Freeman, 85 degrees in winter storm watch. How? Yeah, how? I don't understand. Just turned on the game. What happened with Varland? He got smacked in the face. Caratini had a good catch behind the plate today. That was pretty. That was like all star. Like I've seen enough of their cheating. Apparently, they were cheating. Saturday afternoon baseball is such an unexpected treat. They have Saturday afternoon games all the time. All the time. Oh, just I don't know. I don't know. I have a love hate relationship. Oh, there's I don't know if you guys follow this account, but there's Brewers Uni Tracker is a new Twitter account that I just discovered, and it's literally got every uniform, and it tracks the win losses with each uniform. It's great. and how many games they've worn them versus how many. So, like for instance, Road Grays, they're 2-3 in the Road Grays. They're 1-0 in the um, City Connect jerseys. They're 3-1 in the navy blue alternative. The pinstripe is 1-1, and they are 3-0 in the cream home jersey. So that's awesome. So follow that. Brewers Uni Track
Sorry, I
is
gotta
the name. No problem. No problem. Hey, monkey. Bruce Contreras, 14th hit of the season, extends his hitting streak to 11 games. Terrible day. Yeah, I guess. I mean, we all understand we're going to lose these games, right? I mean, there's not going to be a perfect season ever in the game of baseball. We can get that out of our head. I mean, it was cool to watch the Rays for the last couple of days. I watched the game live on MLB Network last night. Oh, here. Okay, you guys know the Caitlin. I like Contreras. I do too. I cannot disagree with you one bit. So Cato Caitlin is a Brewers fan, and he said at Brewers showing who they really are. No bullpen pitching except Williams. POS team. That is the massivest overreaction ever. But he's notorious for those tweets. If you ever look and see his Cato Caitlin's Brewers tweets, they are great. Seth McClung, Twitter is so crazy. I once said strike one is the best pitch in baseball, and people argued. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I made mention of that the other day. There was a lot of people going after Voight, and I was like, "God," you know, I was hoping to find some more funny tweets like that, but it doesn't look like they are. Keston here hits another home run. Whoop de doo. Guy can't hit when he gets to the majors. Who gives a shit? Sorry, I'm over Keston Hera. I know there's a lot of you that want him to come back and want him to be good, and like get really offended when I rip on Keston Hera, but Keston Hera is on the same level as Christian Yelich hitting. It's the same. Like, and you can't send Christian Yelich down. That would be stupid. But I'm just saying. Now the Brewers can score some runs. Yes, I concur. This is the way optimism. Fanatics. Ooh, here's a fresh tweet. Two of the three freshmen, you can get their shirt or jersey from Fanatics. Willie Adames has 11 walks and 11 strikeouts so far this season. He is slashing 280, 403, 500, while striking out at a rate better than league average. Oof, that's ugly. That came right from Dom Petronio, our good friend. Well, I don't know. Is Voight scoring for first? Oh, that was last night's game. Does anybody else think social media is horribly organized? Like I always see the old content first for some reason, and I've gone in and looked to see if I can put it in chronological order, but there is no way. Like on half of these apps, Twitter, Facebook, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're just bad. Um, Somebody complain about the umps. We always complain about the umps. All right, next time I'm going to save the funny tweets, and I will then put them on the screen or something like that. Because there was more. There was way more. And it floors me. It absolutely floors me that people get this way and are this way. And it's funny. I mean, it's just downright funny. We're going to read funny tweets from now on, going forward, every day. I'm going to find some funny tweets during the game and chat about them. Should we look around the league? Do you guys enjoy when I look around the league? By the way, I would love to hear your all-time Brewers lineup. Oh, I can do that one. I can definitely do that one, Richard. So here's what I'm going to say going into doing an all-time Brewers lineup. I'm actually going to make it a video. But one of the things, and I don't know if you've caught this in my previous podcast because I've got on it a little bit now that they're talking about this documentary and this is this big deal. I don't give a shit about 1982. First of all, I wasn't born in 1982. Second of all, we took second place. I do not have any of my trophies, but I won't display a second place trophy. Pardon my language, or pardon me. I don't celebrate it. I mean, I have one, but it's buried in a box in the basement. I actually don't have any trophies in my office now that I think about it, but there were little league trophies. It's like I'm 37. I mean, they're not that big of a deal. If I win one with my kids' team this year, which starts tomorrow practice, we can work some out. Let me know, man. I shoot mainly evenings, so just let me know if there's an evening that works for you around 9, 10 o'clock at night. Obviously, our time. You're in our time, so. But yeah, we can talk about that. I'd love to have a go back and forth debate. I need to get more videos where I do go back and forth because when I feel like when someone's on the video, it just makes it a little more entertaining than me just spitting at you guys. I don't mind spitting at you guys, but I love it when there's more back and forth to the conversation. That's why I like when you're in here, Richard. That's why I like when anybody speaks up. If they're in the chat, don't hesitate to speak up. But no, so I don't know. I feel the 82 thing is like celebrating a second place trophy, and like we've done it for so long. I mean, we got trolled by the Cardinals on it last year. The weekend after we celebrated that 40 or 50. No, was that last year? The year before? Something that says it. I think it was a 50 years of Brewers year. They actually trolled us and they celebrated the 82 World Series victory the following weekend after ours. So it was pretty cool. I thought that was fun. But I'm just over celebrating old teams. I'll talk about nostalgia and I'll talk about good players over the years and things that I like. But, God, like 2008 was a great year, but I'm not going to celebrate that forever. We just won the wild card. I mean, it's not like it's ingrained on the bottom of a tattoo. Booze was involved, okay? Booze was involved. But, yeah. I was actually going to get every year that they got into the there's pink on my shirt. That's fun. I was going to do every year that they got into the playoffs in my lifetime. And I've just never continued the tattoo. It'd probably be like a good way down my arm by now if I did that. But I never continued it because I just always put my money elsewhere. Yeah, it feels good to do another episode. I think officially, since this is my show, I'm calling this like episode 99. So 100 will be tomorrow. We'll do a 100th episode celebration. The short episodes I'm not counting. They're not episodes. I don't do my format. I don't do anything. I just say, hey, the Brewers won tonight. If you watch those videos, they're usually me looking very tired. I always look tired though. I mean, it's part of getting older, I guess. is a part of it. But yeah, so thank you guys. I appreciate Richard. You're always here, and I love that, and I appreciate that. Um, one of the things that I do, and I try and do here when I do this channel, is I always think about what I, as a fan, would like to hear, and it's just conversation about baseball. At the end of the day, this is conversation about baseball. I'm posting videos about baseball every day. Milwaukee baseball. Can you go find outside of post game shows? Can you find a channel that talks Milwaukee Brewers baseball every day? I challenge you to do it. Lockdown Brewers does it. Chuck Freeman, but Chuck Freeman's audio is bad, and he cuts out. And he's a radio. He's got that radio personality, so I don't think he fully gets the podcast game yet. And Chuck, if you ever see these, I'm not dissing on you, man. You're doing what you can, and I appreciate that. I listen to the other people, so that's why I say this. I'm not just a guy who does a podcast and then goes and rips on everybody else for doing a bad job or doing less than me. What I am saying is everybody does it differently. And I think some people prefer my format, some people prefer his. If you look at viewership on his, it's very weird. Um, One of the things you see there is because it's a network, it's not an independent pod. This is an independent pod. Nobody pays me. I can say whatever the fuck I feel like whenever. And pardon my language for those of you who don't like my language sometimes, but I can say whatever I want, and I answer to nobody. There's no manager above me, and that's what's fun about this because I can riff off, I can be angry, I can be happy, and that's cool. I have my own platform. I encourage other people to do the same. Always. It's fun. And I will support anybody in this game. If you're listening to this and you want to be on this show, feel free to drop me a line. I'd gladly bring you on. I have my friends in my circle, and we'll work together and make great Brewers content as long as we can. So thank you guys for being a part of it. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Like, subscribe, rate, and review. You know it. I mean, I say this stuff every day. I don't got to beat you up about it anymore. All right, guys, that's all I got tonight. I'm not gonna go around the league. Too many games are still in progress right now, so it's not even worth the time. So, thanks for watching, guys. You have a great rest of your night. We'll get them tomorrow. We'll take the series tomorrow. That's an Eric Agnew guarantee. What am I going to say? Final tomorrow will be Miley 8-0, 8-0 Brewers. That's my prediction. Don't bet on it though, because I don't want to be responsible if you lose the Emily. All right, guys, go Brew Crew. Have a great night.